The learning objectives for this chapter are to learn the basic understanding of what weather routing is and how to benefit from statistical data based on long-time data collection, combined with up-to-date weather routing information. Weather routing of ships, in one form or another, has been around for some time. Several systems and philosophies have been developed and used for longer or shorter periods. The advantages which may be gained from weather routing system are quicker sailing between 2 points, reduced risk of damage to hull and cargo, more accurate prediction of arrival times. The monetary gain from the last two advantages will vary from one type of ship to another. The savings can be considerable, but there will always be a link between damage due to heavy sea and quicker sailing, in the sense that by reducing speed in heavy weather, one also reduces risk of damage. The shortest distance between 2 points is along the Great Circle passing through these points. If the resistance from the sea was the same everywhere, whenever this route could be followed, it would be the quickest. Current, wind, and particularly waves influence the ship's speed considerably. Even for supertankers, which only are relatively moderately influenced by waves, a 1 knot reduction in speed in a rough sea represents a 6% reduction in speed. With even higher waves against the bow, the reduction in speed would be relatively higher. The statistical mean values for current and sea conditions often show variations that make it advantageous to depart from the Great Circle track. On this basis, recommended routes are calculated for different trades. The routes may apply to a season, a month, or even shorter periods. When considering the advantage of weather routing, routes statistically recommended, which also take into account icebergs, fog, etc., along the route, should be used as a reference. To give a rough estimate of weather routing savings in sailing time for a given ship in a given trade, with a certain loading condition and with a certain captain, is very difficult, not to say impossible. The question will always be, saving relative to what? Although there is a reason to believe that the additional information provided by the weather routing people contribute to an optimal route selection, the captain could have selected the same route anyway. With today's improved weather forecasts, the number of ships using weather routing services is increasing. During a sailing, it's most important that a good relation is established between the ship captain and the weather routing people. The captain must have full confidence in the weather routing people, otherwise the service is not likely to be used. With increased ship size and speed, it has become more difficult to estimate the forces acting on the ship during bad weather. New knowledge about the forces acting on a ship during various weather conditions, together with expensive damages with loss of lives and money, has led to a better understanding for the need of a more accurate way of measuring the forces acting on a ship while underway. An increasing number of ships are today sailing with a weather monitoring system, which is a good help in estimating the forces acting on the ship and thus allowing the master to sail with optimal speed. That is, highest possible speed without causing damage to the ship. You have now completed Chapter 4. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. Bon voyage!